Buying a car the smart way isn't only about finding the right deal. It's about creating the perfect situations for yourself that puts you in a power move, puts you in that power position to get the best bang for your buck. And guys, in today's video, we're gonna talk about how the smartest people buy cars in 2026. We're gonna point out all the tips and tricks that you need to be taking advantage of in order to get the best deal, because why not? You have to put yourself first. If you want to get all the best tips and tricks, you're one of those people that love to get the best deal for your buck, you need to subscribe to this channel, because that is mainly what we talk about around here, man. That's all this is about. To jump into it, the first thing you need is a plan. I talk about this damn near every video. You have to have a plan. You have to have an idea of what you want and why you want it. The people who have the worst deals are the ones that just walk into a dealership and say, hey, Mr. Salesman, I don't have no idea what I want. I'm just going off a vibe. You try to get me into the best car that you think is right for me. And the car that's gonna be right for you in the eye of a salesperson is the car that makes them the most money. Like, in most situations, they're not gonna put you in that nice little Civic that you actually need, that, you know what I mean, you're not bringing that much stuff in your car, you don't need that much space. They're gonna put you in a big car. They're gonna put you in something expensive. They're gonna tell you that you got a plan for the future. You never know, you might need the space. They just care about their pockets. You have to think for yourself. You have to look into these cars, look at the problems, so when you go in person, you know what to look for. You have to be educated. That is tip number one, the first advice. You have to know what you're dealing with, guys. You can't just walk in there free willy expecting to get the best deal possible of something you don't even know. You don't even know what the best deal is. You gotta have an idea of the car to do your market research and know all these things before you go in person. So we had to get that out the way, because the most important thing you can do is educate yourself. It don't matter what other tips I'm gonna give in this video. It all starts with educating yourself, knowing the market, knowing what you're looking for. That is the most important thing you can do as somebody that is looking to buy a car. And if you know what you're looking for, then I'm assuming you know how much it costs, y'all. And this leads me into my next pointer, which is going to be budget. You gotta budget yourself leading up to that purchase. If you know what you're gonna get, you know how much it's gonna cost. You gotta have a plan. How you're gonna pay for this car, right? If you're gonna take out a loan, which I'm not really for loans. I don't think that it's worth it to pay extra for a car. You know what I mean? I'd rather save up and buy it cash, because that interest is gonna catch up to you. You know what I mean? But let's say you want to buy, hold on, I gotta put this bottles rolling around in the back. Let's say you decide you're gonna buy a car on a loan, right? Try not to get the loan from the dealership. The dealerships are in cohorts with the banks, and they're all just thinking for themselves, right? They're gonna give you the worst possible interest rates. They don't care about you. It's all about profit, guys. So if I was supposed to get a car and I was getting a loan, I would for sure 1000% go to my local credit union or go to like my bank and get out a personal loan or something. You have to look into the different options. Maybe you can take that and go to the dealership and try to negotiate a better interest rate, but you got to get it as low as possible. I don't know what interest rates are going for right now. That's not a market that I'm tapped into. I'm not a financial advisor, so you have to do your research. Go online, look at what the right interest rate should be for your credit score, and go from there. This is the main reason why I'm against loans, because interest is annoying. It's hard to buy a car for X amount of dollars and you have to pay X amount more than the car is worth just because you took out a loan, right? And I mean, you can't blame it on the banks, because that's what you signed up for at the end of the day. That's what you agreed to. So if you took out a loan, you can't be mad at the interest rates, because you signed the deal. Nobody had a gun to your head. But the least you can do is get the best deal for yourself, the best interest rate possible. You know, going into, you have to have that in mind. And this really goes back to what I started with in the beginning, educating yourself. You have to do your research going into it, guys. I cannot express this enough. And I'm gonna say this during the video. There's gonna be a common theme: doing your research, because you have to. Bro, if you're buying a car, you have to know how much you're spending, how much you plan to spend. If you're gonna get a loan, how much a month can you afford? How much can you afford to put down? Are you gonna trade in your car? Or are you gonna sell some assets you have in order to put down a little bit more and decrease your monthly your monthly payments? These are conversations you need to have with yourself or somebody that you trust to talk about financial things with, because that's the reality of buying a car. You're taking out a loan, you're entering an agreement, or if you don't take out a loan, you're putting down a large-ish sum of cash. If you want to get something newer, it's going to be a larger amount. So you need to know all these things going forward. If you're somebody who's buying a used car, you gotta look into it, man. Look at the problems that the car has. If it's used, that means somebody already had problems with it before. You know what I mean? Because if I'm looking at a 2010 Honda Civic and nobody on the forums had a problem with it, come on, that's unrealistic. Every car is gonna give some type of problems, whether it's user problems, that is user error, or the car genuinely had problems. Every car has some type of problems over the years that has been solved. So you need to look into these things, because when you go look at the car in person, that's what you're going to use to negotiate. You're going to look to make sure it's good off of those problems. If it had recalls, make sure that the recalls got taken care of before you get the car. You gotta do your research, and that's really, I don't even know what else to say. The most important thing is that you just do your research. You know what you're getting into. Buy quality cars, right? If you're somebody that's looking for a daily, get a reliable daily. Don't get something that you're gonna have to put some blood, sweat, and tears into, because that's not gonna be fun, especially if you can't afford to do that time-wise and also just financially. Repairing a car is not that simple as people make it seem online. A lot of these people that do all these fun little rebuilds online and make you think that you can just do this yourself, they have large budgets. So if you're not somebody with that type of money to put down up front to rebuild a car, you're going to have to buy something that doesn't have problems. Keep that in mind going forward. The most you can do is just put yourself first. You need to put yourself in a position where you have that power, because a lot of times people go into these dealerships and they don't put themselves in the best situations, and salespeople know this. They're gonna smell you out. They love people that are lost, like little kids don't know where they're going. That's what they want. That's what they want you to feel like when you're in the dealership. So when it comes to making a deal and signing off on the car, you're not gonna have that much pushback. You're gonna be like, oh, it's whatever, man. This guy knows more than me, so he has my best interest at heart. I'm just gonna sign whatever he gives me, because I'm not gonna be able to get a better deal somewhere else. But the truth is, more than likely you can. If you're looking at a car in one dealership and 3 other dealerships have that same car, more than likely you can go dealer to dealer and try to negotiate down the price. Go to one, let's say you get $10,000. That's the deal y'all come to. Go to another dealership and be like, yo, Johnny up the road gave me $10,000 for that car. Can you do $9,000? And you go from there. You never know. The worst they can say is no. Your best case, you get a banging deal. So you gotta weigh your options, man. If you got too much shame to be going to these dealerships and getting a good deal for yourself, I don't know what to tell you, because they're not gonna feel shame when they're ripping you off. So you gotta keep that in mind. It's a dog eat dog world, and you gotta be able to put yourself first. That's really all it comes to, y'all. Guys, thank you for watching these videos, man. I know a lot of people be tapped in to the videos. Makes me feel so good about myself, man. I love the fact that y'all are enjoying the content and enjoying these little series that I'm talking about cars and all these things, man. It makes me feel good that people are watching the videos. Nothing makes me feel as good, man. So if y'all watching the videos and you watching to the end and you hear these little speeches that I give at the end of my videos, thank you for watching, man. I love and appreciate all of y'all. We gonna go into the park in this video, because I ain't gonna lie, that was a pretty quick drive. I'm only at 10 minutes in the recording, so we gotta get some more footage. You already know what's going on, lad. But y'all, The weather is getting warmer. The sun is slowly starting to melt. It feels good. It feels good, man. I do not like the winter. I said it in like 3 videos already. I don't like the cold, man. The cold is not my friend. I need it to hurry up and go. If you live on the East Coast and you buying a car, you gotta watch out for rust. You gotta do your due diligence. Because, man, I'm telling y'all, these cars go through a lot in the wintertime. A lot. You do not want to buy somebody's rust bucket, y'all. So make sure you go underneath it and look and make sure they no rust, because the worst thing you want is to buy it and then go underneath it and see a bunch of rust. You want to make sure you see that stuff from the start so you can use that to negotiate. That's really all it comes down to. You really just trying to look at a car and nitpick. That's all you gotta do, man. You gotta go look at a car and nitpick, and then you're gonna nitpick and you're gonna use all that nitpicking and you're gonna negotiate. And that's the process of buying a car, y'all. You're gonna make your favorite car sound like your worst car. You don't want to walk into a dealership or walk up to somebody and be like, oh my god, I love this car so much, this car is amazing, I've been dreaming of the exact same car. Nah, you're gonna be like, yo, this car is cool, let's look at it. I'm like, I got a couple things here, a couple things there. Deep down, you don't even care about it, but you gotta say these things to get the best bang for your buck. You know what I mean? That's all it comes down to. It's all business at the end of the day. So it's nothing personal. The people selling it to you also know this. It's business. Business is business, y'all. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Thank you for tapping into the content. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for more. Let me know down below what y'all think. What are some tips that you guys have when it comes to buying a car, especially in 2026 when y'all know the market is low-key cooked? Let me know down below what y'all have to say about that, man. And if y'all haven't already, buy a TSX and travel. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, guys. Peace.